Ahmed Tinubu is John Kenton with his new, with his new whip that he bought for 150 billion naira. I mean, that money for the jet could have paid that debt, by the way. But this man, he doesn't give a damn. He's just flying everywhere, enjoying French wine. And what's your take on this?
We don't know whether he actually went there for medical tourism, or he just went there for vacation, or he just went there for medical attention. We don't know. That thing has been kept in secret, has been enveloped by his media aides. As I'm talking to you now, we only heard that he's going to France. We don't know what he went to France to do. We don't know whether it's in connection with the embarrassment Nigeria has just faced in the international community over the costification of private jets, which happens to be a national asset. It baffles so many Nigerians that at this point in time, we are still seeing some of those things we would have done away with by now, repeating itself on daily basis. You see, I think there must be something wrong with Aso Rock. Either we'll begin to initiate, a prayer section, or we'll turn it to mountain where every Nigerian will just go and pray, because what is happening in Aso Rock now baffles a lot of people, including me. How a president of Nigeria that we are just battling as a result of your policy, deep hunger in the land. I don't know how to put it. Abject, not even poverty. We are experiencing, serious economic downturn completely. Coupled with other factors that are not working in Nigeria, makes it, relatively difficult for any Nigerian to survive presently now. But we can see 150 billion naira worth of aircraft for the president. Okay, his life also matters. Like he said, he's a very smart man. Tinubu, Abolame Tinubu. I don't know how he tend to repeat that, but I think he's sounding very boldly that he paid his way to Aso Rock and nobody voted for him. That his money worked for him and he need to enjoy himself. Because Nigerians collected money from him and they put him in where he is now, and nobody should come and question any decision he's going to make based on how he tend to pacify himself.
So you're saying Nigerians have sold their right?
Of course, I'm not the one that said it. I'm just making a reference to a statement credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who must address him very well this time around. That he actually bought his way to the presidency, that nobody actually voted for him. So what does that tell you? It tells you that that he has labored, his money has labored for him, that it is time for him to enjoy what his money has brought. What his money has been able to put, the position his money has been able to put him. Then it's time for him to enjoy himself. So why should we be worried? When it is very clear, that nobody is calling saying he should resign for that kind of statement. You understand? Everybody is just silent. Everywhere is just silent. Nigerians are just swallowing whatever that is being thrown to them. But the fact is that Nigeria will never learn their lesson at any point in time. Just a pack of Indomie now is going to do a lot of wonders. More especially Nigerian women, market women. They are one of the problems we are having, in the electoral process. Nigerian market women, all these market women, what they see,
which is being led by Tinubu's daughter, by the way.
No, I know. I'm talking about, but they should be able to. It's just a pack of Indomie. You see them, they will march on the streets, stay on the sun. The same people now will still come back and tell you, that things are very expensive. So we must look for a way, to checkmate these women. Because let's for the youth, and you look at, even if you go to most campaign grounds, you see them there. They have not banned the men 100 times. They are the ones that will always go to these people and show solidarity. They are the ones that will create an atmosphere that they are as if those people are the best. But look at it now. what they have brought to us is telling on us. It's telling on us. Seriously.
But why the husbands not talking to their wives?
How would you talk to them? How would the husbands, come to that point and say, "Madam, please don't do this, don't do that"? They will tell you. They will start counting what they don't know how to count. They will start giving you history of how far they have gone and how far they have been. You understand? So the fact still remain that me at this point in time, I think we should look in that direction anyway, and also find out if there's any way we can begin. See, it's something we can. If he has come to that point that the president is telling everybody that his money made him president, then we need to look at another way, another thing we are going to use at the end of the day, because you are leaving the entire country. We don't know whether our power was transmitted to the the vice president. Nobody said anything about it, and you're already off to France. We don't know the direction that a plane actually took, or he just want to cruise on that plane. We don't know. But the thing is that at least there are certain things the president will be doing. It will show that he is in solidarity with Nigerians over hunger, economic hardship his government has brought to Nigerians. And look at what Festus Kayame said recently, that of course that the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu know what to do at any particular time. Come 2027, he knows what to do. And what is it that Bola Ahmed know what to do? He said if the wars come to what and the North want to use Yakubu Mahmoud against him, he will remove him and bring another person. Confidently, openly, telling you, that the Tinubu so much believes that his money is going to return him back in that seat come 2027, and whatever they not wanted to do or whatever they are planning to do is going to backfire on them. So instead of us crying, is it not high time we begin to look at all those areas where we can also leverage as citizens who has gotten involved without knowing it?
Mr. Chinedu, for every citizen that comes out to speak against the president, there's a word that they use. They label such person a terrorist or an anarchist. I mean, just a few days ago, a Jajero has been called a terrorist for sponsoring, allegedly, they say he has been financing terrorism in Nigeria. And don't forget, early this month, they said Showore and some other people who are demanding for protest to bad governance have been tagged terrorists, and they have been placed on watch list. So do you think the citizens have a say in this administration of Tinubu?
The Nigerian citizens own the government.
Are you sure about that, sir?
Yes. It's because that orientation and sanitization has not been there. Nigerians own the government. Nigerians themselves, do you know what is called democracy? That I appointed you to represent me, that is democracy. The people in the National Assembly, the people in the lower house are all Democrats, appointed, elected. They represent constituencies. They represent people. That is what is called democracy. Tinubu is there because he is representing the people, and the same people he's representing has every right to call him back.
With Akpabio in place, is that possible?
Akpabio too is part of what we are explaining, that Akpabio go to that place to where he is currently now as a result of our democratic process. So we still have the right to ask Akpabio to move one side. We still have the right to tell the president we do not want you again. But Nigeria does not believe in that. Nigeria does not understand the power, the electoral power, the democratic power. When they say, power belongs to the people. How would I explain it?
For the people, by the people.
For the people, by the people,
Yeah.
or whatever. That is what it means. So, well, those things now, a lot of Nigerians are still struggling to understand how those philosophy and reasoning actually plays out. So, if we begin a massive campaign, another problem we're going to have, though we know that most of the politicians are victims, is the INEC and the judiciary. That's another problem. And these institutions, from what I understand, are not totally independent. They are being, guided or tailored towards an interest at the end of the day. So, Tinubu's government supposedly looking like it's a threat to Nigerians as at now, we might likely decide if Nigerians can understand that they have the power to make him president and they have also the power to unmake him at the end of the day if they feel they are no longer comfortable that this is not actually what we sent Tinubu to do in Asurok. Okay, look at the issue of subsidy. Nigeria is in a total mess. Do you know that a few days ago Tinubu actually signed subsidy money, meaning they are still paying subsidy? He signed it.
But there are revelations that the subsidies are being paid to Tinubu's sister company, Owando, and Matrix.
Oga, a government runs proxies. That one is a norm. But the problem, one of the problem.
What's our EFCC?
EFCC is under the control of Tinubu. Come on, that's one of them. You see, sometimes he granted us interview on this platform. I say one of the problems Nigeria is having is we don't have strong institutions. Those institutions you are seeing today that are supposed to be the fundamental, the structures, the foundation, the pillars, that would have built stronger democratic principles, rules of law. Those pillars, those institutions are very, very weak. We do not have a strong institutions, and we do not know how and when we are going to have strong institutions unless we have a leader who understands these factors. Yes, when are we going to have someone that is a bit selfless? I'm not saying 10%.
Is it selfless or courage?
No, you know what I mean by selfless. You do not begin to look at the people who brought you to power. You do not begin to look at people who is who that made you. You do not look at people who has national corrupt agenda towards your government. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Look at people who share the same dream and understanding and interest of your selfish approach to government, not this gang-related looting that is ongoing on every era. I've not seen any government in Nigeria that is not deeply involved in looting. Because look at, as I'm talking to you now, NNPC have never accounted for all the crude oil proceeds to date. And we have been having subsequent government. Why would Nigeria economy not scatter? Why would things not somersault? Why would things not get bad? No accountability, not on all the sector, nothing.
Well, Peter Obi yesterday called Tinubu that Tinubu is a must. You tell the Nigerian people how much you got this plane, because how you got it is through the taxpayers' money. And the hallmark of every good governance is transparency and accountability.
Rose, leave transparency in Nigeria. That's a factor we need to settle in Nigeria.
And what's that?
And we need to find out, we need to find a solution to that. And by the time we find a solution to that, every other thing will fall into line. Tinubu is a victim of his own self. Right from time, I know that his government is going to have problems. I've already seen it, because what he has bestowed on himself is injustice. is running the worst government so far in the history of Nigeria. No matter, a lot of people might not agree.
Even worse than Buhari. Even worse than
No, not
Buhari.
only that, the guy is becoming too fraudulent. You know, a lot of things are being attacked. People are seeing a lot of massive. Hi, bros. The subsidy where you just sign now, where you just pay now, the issue of subsidy now, you are just paid and they flew to France. Watch, do you know that Galolo, the northern, one of the northern elites, elders, made it very clearly that currently now, Tinubu has bought close to 12 to 21 oil wells in Niger Delta, belonging to him directly.
Is that true?
As the petroleum minister, he's the petroleum. No, I'm telling you, those petroleum one day or another are marketing companies. They are using to move the crude oil out of Nigeria, refine it abroad, then use this marketing company to bring it in, then they will now collect subsidy. The funds will now be allocated to them.
Why is he not tired? Has he not made enough money?
Boss, how do you know that Tinubu has made enough when he knew that what other people stole is a legacy? The legacy about the presidency in Nigeria is about how much are you going to loot? How much are you going to cut? How much are you going to benefit? What is coming from? When they are setting their eyes there, they are looking at the likes of IBB them, Abu Salami them. They have acquired so much. Danjuma them. So the ambition is to go there and loot more than them.
Are you saying Tinubu will break the record of Sani Abacha?
Okay, watch. Watch. Do you know the reason why most of them need jet? Do you know why presidents, some presidents in the world, they need jet? Do you know why they need jet? You think that jet is for the functionality of leadership in Nigeria? It is not. They need those jets so that they'll be able to monitor the level of crude that is going out, attend some meetings as quickly as possible, return back in 1 hour, 2 hours, be at a particular place as the petroleum minister, because that is where the money is coming from.
Oh, you mean jets? Okay.
I am telling you, they don't. What do they need this for? Yeah, it's just to go to where these things are being, diverted, transacted. He is currently the petroleum minister, and we are having scarcity all over the 36 states of the federation. Tinubu is the petroleum minister. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know he's the petroleum minister. You don't know he's the one.
I thought it was Olokwa Ibiri.
Unfortunately, if you don't know, I am telling you now, currently now.
Thank you very much.
We have seen, I'm not finished. We have seen Buhari during his era, petroleum minister. We have seen Tinubu, a supposed Democrat.
An accountant, a man who said he has worked with ExxonMobil for.
See, you know why they pay me sometimes? I look at him, I look at Tinubu, I feel so bad. I look at Abiola, I feel so bad. This is a man who has followed MK Abiola all his life. Even though we understand that he still has some certain things to define MK Abiola, but to an extent he has a leadership, traits, attributes, that has a human face compared to what we are experiencing now.
Thank you, Mr. Tinubu, for that brilliant submission once again. Yes, Tinubu sets out to break the looting record of Sani Abacha as it were. Thank you very much.